Hello, everybody. This is Jimmy. Welcome back to our Meet the Candidate series. Right now, we have a second-time candidate running for Cambridge School Committee. Please welcome to the show, Alborz Bejnood. Hello, Alborz. How are you?
Good. I'm excited to be here.
Great. Sorry for the little stumble on the name there.
Oh, you did great.
He's running for Cambridge School Committee. I met him last year when he was running. We met actually offline in Central Square at an ice cream shop, but now he's running for a second time. So Alborz, please tell everybody who you are and why you're running for Cambridge School Committee.
Yeah, of course. My name is Alborz. I'm originally from East Tennessee, from Knoxville. I spent a little bit of time in California before moving to Cambridge in 2018. I actually been involved with various sort of educational activities like since I was young. And both my parents teach in community college. But I actually had no plans or thoughts that I would sort of get involved with politics until a couple of years ago. The initial motivation was the decision that was made with algebra in middle schools. And when I learned more about that and started looking into more of the issues that were going on in the CPS system, I got involved with first time I ended up running for school committee. And sort of following the election, I think I saw several of the, decisions that were made. I think the current school committee was doing some things right, but some of the decisions I was a little disappointed by, which brought me to this second run.
So if you were elected, what are a few of the things that you would like to focus on? Two or three or four things that you would like to put your energies into? What should be changed on the school committee or in the Cambridge Public Schools?
Yeah, there's many different issues, and it's a broad, I think, challenge to tackle. I'm going to list three. The first one is engaging the community a little better. We have a lot of very talented people in the university systems here, people who are working here, like across the board, in the trades and the sciences and the arts. And even though we have some tools available, such as for instance, there's Find a Cambridge, and there's a lot of sort of community organizing of events. There's not a strong, I think, connection or advertising as far as, if somebody who has a particular interest would want to be able to give back to CPS students to be able to do that. So one focus would be improving that both from an advertising and from a like online platform perspective. A second issue that I would like to focus on is as within the classroom itself. So I know there's a lot of discussion with regards to artificial intelligence and a lot of the new technology and tools that are coming out these days. There's good reason, I think, to be careful about not just bringing everything in all at once. But that being said, I think that it's important to acknowledge that the world is changing and these are tools that we can use for good. And in particular, I think that there are a lot of AI tools that can be, in a careful way, be used to both develop individual plans and feedback for students in a way where a teacher is no longer forced to teach to the class as a whole, but can have much more easily one-on-one interactions with kids. And at the same time, also helping teachers with a lot of the work that would otherwise take them longer as far as sort of, grading more simple, I think, tasks. It could facilitate that a lot. So I think that's a second issue that I would like to focus on. And the third thing that I think that the CPS that I would want to spend energy on for CPS is looking for being more proactive in finding and sort of like nurturing our educators and sort of restructuring, I think, a lot of the restrictions that don't make sense. So, as one example, is that we sort of compensate and require certain teachers to get master's degrees. And while on paper it sounds good to be more credentialed and be able, if you're more credentialed, then maybe you're organically more um, able to do something in theory. But in practice, we've seen in study after study that to not be the case. And in fact, it arbitrarily restricts the pool of people that we can sort of recruit from. And so these are the three issues: increasing community engagement, bringing technology with to assist within our classrooms, and restructuring our educational search as three main issues that I would focus on.
In terms of the educational search, would you be looking at, you said both your parents were professors at community college? Yeah.
That's right.
Would you be looking at more hands-on experience in the classroom, or would you be looking at something else in terms of restructuring the quality of the candidates that we get for teachers or principals, etc.?
I think it's more of a matter of, for the most part, when we're doing searches. So, for instance, the more recent superintendent search, there's more of an element of we put like a posting out there, people apply to it and sort of come to us. There's less of a we go and look, uh, within either even more locally, like even within Massachusetts, looking at places where we think that somebody might be a good teacher or a good educator at any level, or like a paraprofessional, and sort of try and recruit them to our system.
And tell me, how do you think the Cambridge School Committee, on a scale of say 1 to 10, is doing in your estimation? You've been here for a few years. You've ran twice. This is your second time running. How do you think they're doing along with the scale of 1 to 10?
Overall, I think they're doing. I would give them like a 7 out of 10. I think that there are many things that they're doing right, and we sort of, with some mixed results. I think we're seeing the MCAS scores in this last cycle that just got published, that scores were improving. There are gaps um, that need to be addressed, both overall in aggregate and for like individual groups. But I think that there's a lot of things that the school committee does right. But I don't personally believe in letting, um, being, I guess, satisfied with just pretty good. Uh, so that's, I think, what's sort of motivating me.
Right. Every year, I mean, as you know, I'm sure we spend a lot per student, among the highest in the state, very high in terms of per student in Cambridge Public Schools. And one of the ongoing challenges for the schools are the racial achievement gap. What do you think we're doing well in terms of that? And what do you think we're not doing well? Any ideas on how we could improve that?
Um, I think that the main challenge is that um, the racial and, I think, socioeconomic gaps. The main way to combat it is just through time. Like, I think at the end of the day, if you have more wealth, you're always going to be able to provide more tutoring for students, move students to private schools, moves them to other districts. So the only, I think, truly level playing field that everybody has is like time. And that's sort of one of the main incentives behind why increasing community engagement would be able to improve this, because by having more opportunities, camps, and workshops that everybody's available for, um, we can better, I think that's the best way to address giving kids who, um, you know, across both racial groups and across socioeconomic groups, more opportunities to just spend time doing interesting things.
Are you a supporter? I assume you would be, of tutoring in the classrooms, and if so, we have enough tutors for the people who do need help?
I think we certainly don't. And again, the best way to get more people is to make it uh, easier for people to contribute. So, for instance, and it's even built in. Like, for instance, there are, we have in Cambridge, we have like MIT and Harvard, a lot of graduate students in the arts and sciences, a lot of people on fellowships and grants. And in those grants, actually, it's built in for people to do community outreach efforts. And these kids are motivated, they want to help, but there's not a clear way of, it seems like a clear win-win to have, a graduate student and pair them with a classroom, and it reduces the burden on teachers, and helps both the student and the graduate student.
Did you go to Harvard or MIT by any chance?
My now wife did.
Your wife did. Good.
That's right. Yeah.
So she's wicked smart, as we say here.
She's wicked smart, and I'm a lucky guy.
That's great. Anything else you'd like to tell us? We're winding down now. Anything else you'd like to tell us about yourself? Things you would like to accomplish if you're elected? And where can people find out more about you? How can they learn about your campaign, support you, volunteer, perhaps make a large donation, but ultimately vote for you on Election Day, November 4th?
I think the best place to get information and to chat with me would be through, I have a website, alborzforcambridge.com, and an email at alborzforcambridge@gmail.com. Send me an email, visit my site. I would love to answer any questions that people would have, or complaints or concerns. I mean, I think that's part of the point of opening it up more, is to be able to get honest feedback, as the best way to change. Um, so I think, yes, please definitely reach out, and I would love to chat with any of you.
Alborz, you seem like the type of gentleman that would welcome community participation just on a personal level. Not that you're just showing up for school committee, but, off out of the meetings during the summer when you're not officially meeting. Is that correct?
Yeah, I love talking to people. I think it's very healthy, for us, and at a higher level, I think for democracy, to that we have an open platform that everybody can talk with other people. In my spare time, I'm involved with various, so I like help, for instance, with some local science competitions for middle and high school kids, um, over at MIT, and we host like a local dance event that's free, that please come to, if you're interested in learning dance, or just like socializing with people. So I just love, yeah, I just love being around people and talking with folks.
I don't know if we covered it, but how are you currently making a living? What is your profession?
I work in biotechnology, so I'm a computational biologist by trade.
Oh,
Um,
boy.
yeah.
So how are we doing in science and math in the Cambridge Public Schools?
It depends on, I think, who you want to compare us to. I think, compared to a lot of the country, we're doing pretty well. I think, unfortunately, compared to some of even nearby local municipalities, we could be doing a lot better.
Well, thanks for joining us today. And one more time, let people know where they can find you, your website, please.
Appreciate it. And I've loved being here. My website is alborzforcambridge.com, and my email is alborzforcambridge@gmail.com.
Great. Great to see you again, Alborz.
You
Continue.
too. You take care of yourself.
Yeah, I'll see you on the campaign trail, and best of luck on November 4th.
Thank you so much. Really appreciate it.
My pleasure.
Take care.